Okay, so we have a soil probe that we're going to use in order to dig down and look at our soil profile. We're going to start right on the surface so that our LFH layer is intact, because that is part of the profile that we want to look at. When we drill down, I'm trying to watch where surface roots are so that at least I know that I'm not starting on a root. But as you're drilling down, you're going to go counterclockwise, or sorry, clockwise. You're drilling clockwise, and as you go in, you should feel the probe. You put just a little bit of pressure on so that it's drilling into the soil. If it's not, if you can't get it in, obviously you're against a rock or a root or something, and you'll have to move over a little bit. As we're turning, we don't want to put too much pressure on. We're going to stop about there. The reason I stopped is that I don't want to go drill too far in and kind of obscure the sample. So I'm drilling in until I basically feel a bit of resistance. And now I'm going to carefully pull the sample up. Okay, so there it is. It's our LFH. And we're starting into our A horizon there now, which you can see quite clearly. We want to pull out about a meter's worth, so that's usually about 5 probes. This is about 20 centimeters of soil we're extracting at each time. So about 5, or until we hit bedrock, is what we want to pull out. What we're going to do is lay these down in a nice straight line now so that we get a visual of what the soil looks like. So I'm just going to try to carefully set that down without causing too much damage or taking it apart too much. And before I put the probe back in, all the soil that might be wet and is stuck, I'm going to make sure that that comes off so that it doesn't contaminate the next sample that I pull out. As far as our core sample, we're going to try to keep that nice and organized so that we can kind of visualize what's happening later. And once the probe's clean, we're going to go back in and get our next sample. So again, I'm going to go until I feel a little bit of resistance and pull up the next sample. There it is, and just repeat what we did before. You can see there's a little bit of contamination. That's going to happen just as it slides down past those horizons. So brush it off lightly so that it's cleared out and lay it in place. Beauty. Okay, so that's 2. Try to organize it a bit. Go for another. One thing we should look for as we're digging before we take our sample apart is maybe just check for mottles as well before our sample gets obscured. So we can look at that, check for any there, and because it might be easier to locate those before we go kind of pulling them apart. It's 1, 2, 3.
So in summary,
we would go, again, 2 more probes to get down to the sea horizon or to bedrock, whatever comes first. But what we have, our LFH layer, and you can see from the very top, we have fine, you can make out what the organic material is. It's leaves, litter that have collected on the forest floor, and then the lower, further down it goes, the more decomposed that gets, until this nice dark rich soil, what looks like soil is organic material, that is completely indistinguishable because it's so far decomposed. Here we have our A horizon, would appear to be an AE horizon, and further down from the A we start into the B horizon. All the way down here we have B, which would appear to be a BF. And if we keep digging down, we'll extract into the C horizon, which, judging by the site and what we know of this site already, it probably isn't far from here, but we'll find that out in our next couple digs.